So nowadays, along with machine learning, artificial intelligence, neural networks is also used, right? Since what data generated every each and every day, every second is huge, right? It may be gigabytes till petabytes, right? So the data amount of data that is generated in the market is huge. So you need a lot of what methods to process this data, right? So with respect to that, neural network is one of the solution to solve the problem. So as you know that when you need to process in a multiple dimension, then obviously it requires lot of computing power, right? So a lot of computing power. So, where in the last topic we discussed supervised learning, right? For the processing, for the computing as one of the tool for the computation, right? So, in supervised learning, what we need? We need large training set, right? So, large training. If you have a large training set, then it will lead to a high accuracy in the prediction, right? But the problem is training the machine with to a I mean training machine in such a way is always expensive and complicated. So that's why we can go for neural networks. Actually, what is neural networks? Neural networks are machine learning methods that mimic the way the human brain works, like how our human brain works. In the same way, neural network also works using ML methods. Okay, so let's consider an example. If you look at a figure, okay, human figure, I mean image of a human, okay, where you have four zones of your brain is used, right? So they are activated. One zone may recognize colors, and another movements and facial expression, and so on, right? So in the same way, neural network mimics the same logic. Okay, so the information goes through different algorithms that we call it as units, and each unit or each algorithm is in the charge of processing the information that is given to that algorithm. Okay, and the result value of one computation unit, okay, so that way that will be directly fed to the next unit for the further processing. Okay, so when in this case we have several layers, I mean with respect to recognition of a human image. Okay, so neural network processing human image recognition may have two units. In a first layer that determines whether the image has straight lines and the sharp angles. So it looks for the straight lines and the sharp angles because only vehicles will have a straight lines and sharp angles, but that is not the case with human figures, right? Human images, right? So if the first, I mean, if the image passes the first layer successfully, that means what? Where there is no straight lines and the sharp angles. Okay. The second layer may look for the different features. So if it is not there, then it will look into the other features like is there a face, arm, and so on. Okay. And then third layer will compare the image to images of various animals and conclude that the shape is a human. Okay, these are the three layers where the processing is done. So you can see in each and every layer a specific target is given. With respect to that, the process will be done, right? If that is successfully done, then the next level processing will happen in the neural networks. Okay, so now the great efficiency of neural network is that each unit processes a simple test, and this leads to computation fast. Okay, and this is the image where you can see input is given where what labeled images of various animals, learning animals, learning to classify them is given as an input where you are going to train the network. Okay, from the input an unlabeled image is shown to the pre-trained network. That means our image is given. See, already this what network will be fed in with thousands of labeled images of various animals. Okay, and also train the mesh network to study about the animals, okay, and also classify them, okay. So when you give a input as unlabeled image, then the first layer takes that, and here in the first layer the neurons respond to different simple shapes like edges, what we discussed in the previous example. And next layer, it will look for more complex features like face, arms, movement, like that, okay. And next, third layer, the higher layer, it will look into further more complex features, okay. Once all the results are process is done in each and every layer, and at the top layer it will decide what identify what kind of animal or the image given to it, okay. So at the end, the network will predict that the given photo is a dog. So you can see here at the end, the output of this, the feature matches 10% with respect to wolf and 90% with respect to dog. So you can conclude with this that the given photo is of a dog, not of any other animal, okay. That is how neural network works, and this is an example, okay. And next is machine learning and getting intelligence from big data. That means here, uh, I mean, what machine learning operations are organized into two broad subgroups. One is local learning, another one is remote learning. Local learning is that the data is collected and processed locally. That means the process can be done either at the sensor level or at the gateway. Okay, so if the processing is done at the sensor level, then we call that as a edge node, right? And if it is done at the gateway, then we call that as a fog node. The second one is remote learning. See here in this subgroup, data is collected and sent to the central computing unit, what sending the data for the further processing to the cloud or the data center, okay, where it will be processed. That we call it as remote learning, okay. So here machine learning operations are organized into these two subgroups, okay. And next is this applications of machine learning with respect to IoT comes under four major domains. One is monitoring, another one is behavior control, third one is operations optimization, and fourth one is self-healing and self-optimization. So these are the four major domains covered under the applications of ML for IoT. Okay. So next is what are the big data analytics tools and technologies. Okay, so here you might have heard Hadoop, right? So with respect to big data, you might have heard this Hadoop. Big data. Those are the what words used in the market nowadays in the industry, right? So here in the industry they actually look into three B's. So before this, just remember this: big data analytics can consist of many software pieces that together collect the data, store, manipulate, and analyze all different types of data. Okay, so that is what the big data analytics is all about. Okay, and industry actually look into three ways. One is velocity, second one is variety, and third one is volume. Okay, what is velocity? That is how quickly data is being collected and analyzed. Okay, so that is very important, right? If it is a real time or any decisions has to be taken, then you have to collect the data as soon as possible and analyze it so that you can make proper decision. For this, Hadoop distributed file system is used to ingest and process data very quickly. Okay, and Next one is variety. This variety refers to different types of data. As you know, data is categorized as structured, semi-structured or unstructured, or you can say structured or unstructured data, right? So here Hadoop is able to collect and store all three types of data, that is structured, semi-structured or unstructured. And the last one is volume. So volume actually refers to the scale of data. You know, data present in the market may be generated maybe in the form gigabytes, or maybe it may extend till petabytes, right? So that's why that is the amount of data that may be generated, right? So big data implementation scale beyond what is available on locally attached storage disk on a single node, right? So such a huge amount of data is generated, so where for which you can apply big data analytics. Okay, and the next one is massively parallel processing databases. Say when you have such a huge amount of data and it is stored in the data center, then or in the database, then you must be able to retrieve the data, right? So you have to query the data, then you have to get the proper result for your queries, right? So to do all such operation or the process, the databases are used, under which we are studying massively parallel processing database. Okay, one second.